Okay, I got was guided to do this message today, and just this isn't going to be everyone's message. It's about the timeline shift, and what I'm getting really is it is an overview of how this judgment process is going to happen. Okay, and due to spiritual distortion and escapism, people not actually understanding the true nature of reality and how this works, this is coming through. Okay, so again, it's not meant to scare you, but it's not a joke. Like, it's not a joke. It's not something you can go, well, I'm blah, 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 and you haven't done the work to heal, align, and harmonize. You can't hold the frequencies you're claiming to hold. You're not going to make the cut. And it literally is, we have the judgment card and we have the fault line. First two cards that came out. Okay. We also have the wanderer, repairing what is spoiled, and after completion. Okay. So with the judgment card, we have the wanderer. So we have people that are moving in and out of fields of resonance, not really choosing a direction on their frequency. They're allowing the external environment to define their path. Okay, so it's collective energies, it's political stance, it's family, it's friends, it's everything except for the internal landscape. Okay, you rise by refining your field, refining your energy. Okay, and now your field is very, very, very complex. It's not something where you can go, I have decided and I believe that I am this, that, and the other. It doesn't work like that. Okay, your field becomes refined on every level and layer of space-time and cosmic reality. Okay, it's not your conscious beliefs that define your reality. That is like barely anything in the larger scope. So if you look at one of my past readings where I go into all of these layers and levels of time and dimensions and fields, etc., we have this huge scope of reality that we exist in. Okay, so your overall frequency is what will determine your path moving forward. Okay, so as you're wandering through this field of allowing external events to determine your state, your reality, and you're not taking that seriously, and you're not doing the deep work to refine and align and harmonize, then you will be judged based on wherever you float to. That's what it is. The structural light body work allows you to define exactly where you are, exactly where you're going, exactly what you're connecting with. You don't have the random energies coming into your field. You don't have the distortions and the micro distortions and the subquantum distortions, the thought forms that are determining your path. You don't have fields, nested fields of collective consciousness, of family fields determining your path. You define it because you've taken back your power and your control. Okay, so instead of floating around, and we have the starborn here, so a lot of star seeds could be in this space too, where you're just kind of floating. You haven't really done the structural work. If you're in the physical form, doing the structural work on your light body will help you evolve after you leave the earth plane. Okay, it's not something you do for this life per se. It's something you do for after this life. It continues on. You build spiritual rank as you go through this. Okay, it's not just here. It's not just manifesting. It's building the structure so that you can define your spiritual path in future lives. Okay, you're doing it all now. Okay. Then we have repairing what's spoiled. And this is important because there's some sort of judgment with where people are kind of flowing at right now. Are you in the higher fields today or the lower fields today? And like I've said a million times, When you go through the light body work, you're building higher and lower at the same time. It's structured, it's stable, it's balanced. It allows you to rise your frequency in a stable way, okay? So repairing the damage, if you do not do the work to heal, to align, this is really about ancestral work too. So I want to talk about the ancestral fields. However, if you don't do this, there will be a fracture, okay? So a fracture in reality where some people go this way and some people go this way, okay? The work has to be done. And this is a very strong message, very, very clear, okay? The ancestral fields, what 18 is talking about, a lot of you guys are called, especially if you're star seeds, black sheep, that type of thing, you are called to heal the ancestral line, okay? That work needs to be done now, okay? I'm sure a lot of you guys have been working on it for a long time, but the ancestral fields, essentially we have these nested fields, okay? First, you have to do the work on the energy field, clearing thought forms, emotional trauma, healing rips, tears, holes in the field so other people's energies can't get in. You have to master the 8 levels of the field, the blueprints, the emotional field, the mental field, the higher spiritual fields, and then you start building the light body. Once the light body's built, then you can start working with these nested fields. You can't start collapsing and extracting nested fields until you're sovereign. So your field has to be completely stabilized and harmonized, and you're not dependent on the family field, ancestral fields, collective fields, any of the nested fields. Once you come into sovereignty, then we can extract corrupted fields from your light body. Okay, that wanted to come through. That came through a lot. A lot of people feel like they need the ancestral fields cleared. You can do the work on the DNA now. You can do the work on your own trauma and wounding, but you can't extract an ancestral field until you reach a sovereign level. Okay, then after that is healed and you make it across this threshold, then we get into after completion. Then you rest. Then you relax. That's when the seed is born. That's when this mother energy of the incubation starts coming online, I'm hearing. So after you shift out of this ancestral repair, healing the corruptions and shift to the other side of the fault line, then the seed is planted. Then the work is done. Then you're able to start growing. But then it's a seed, okay? And there is going to be this incubation phase for the physical body, for the physical reality. So if we're talking about the new earth, the larger landscapes, etc., the body starts shifting, resonance starts shifting there. And once that starts growing and building, because we both have the seed and the mother, and we have this pearl. Okay, so this is after the healing's done, okay, after this distortion is cleared. Then reality starts reflecting the work you've done on yourself, okay, the mirror, okay, and the work has to be done on the physical plane, okay, embodied work. Then you start seeing this shift, okay? So, yeah, focus on the vision where you're trying to go. Again, this is kind of a harsh message, because I think some people just think they're there already. Some people, there's still work to do. So, and it doesn't matter. I could tell you till you're blue in the face that you've done all the work you need to do. But if you haven't, then you're not going to get there. And if this resonates with you, there's something that needs to be shifted or healed or aligned with for you to cross this threshold. Okay. Let me see if there's any more guidance as to what exactly that is. It's something that you're very confused about. Okay. You've been probably praying about. It could have to do with relationships, alignment with source. Okay. Something that you're already reaching towards. And then there also is a complete ending. So a lot of you guys' timeline shift. There's people, situations, and things that are going to need to drop out of your life. Okay? So I'm out of time. We'll see you next time.